John and I grew up in Michigan. We were married in Michigan. We were married in October of 1979, and he passed away in March of 2007. In October of 2006, he went in for his first shoulder surgery. In January, we were at church for New Year's Eve for a gathering, and we were in the gym, and he saw some boys, they were playing basketball, and out of the corner of the eye, he caught a basketball coming our way. He put his arm out to block the ball, and he completely tore the rotator cuff. He was in a lot of pain. So in March, that's when we went back in for his second surgery. John was diagnosed with sleep apnea after he had been suffering severe migraines while he was still in the Navy. And the doctors never explained to us that sleep apnea wasn't just a sleep issue, that it could be deadly, that it was a respiratory issue. We didn't understand that. When he had his surgery, his second surgery, we did tell the doctors and the anesthesiologist and the nurses that he had sleep apnea. After his surgery, I was able to go up to his room and visit with him for a little while. He was a little sleepy and no pain. We talked a little bit, he rested a little bit, and then I left and told him I'd see him again in the evening. And when I got there, our friend was fanning him. I took him into the bathroom. He continued, every time he would move his head, he would vomit. And the nurse brought him some anti-nausea medicine and said that she decided she was going to take him off the morphine pump and start him on Dilaudid, that would be so much better. She could give him higher dosages more often, and he would feel real good. He never moved. He didn't make any sounds, didn't talk to me, no eye contact. Around 10 o'clock, he fell asleep. He started snoring. And so me not understanding the snoring and the sleep apnea, I thought, oh, he's finally gonna get a good night's rest. I was tired, I had a sick puppy. I thought, well, I'll go home. He's sleeping. I'll see him again first thing in the morning and bring him home. And I kissed him on the forehead and said, good night, I love you, I'll see you in the morning. And I went home. And I never heard his voice again. Their conclusion, the nurses and the physicians in the ICU, was that with the medication and his sleep apnea, he went into a deep sleep and his body wasn't able to wake up. He had not been monitored once they removed him from the morphine, so there was no way for anyone to know that he was in trouble. Because John was retired military, his case was reviewed by a chief of anesthesiology at Bethesda, Maryland, the Naval Hospital. And his conclusion was the same as the ICU personnel at Mary Washington. This anesthesiologist went so far as to tell me, Mrs. LaChance, if you had taken your husband home the night of his surgery, he'd still be with you today. He wouldn't have had the problems that he would have had, and he'd still be with you. I got a call from the hospital saying that they were going to take John in to surgery to harvest his organs. And that's the last I ever heard from the hospital. It was just to tell me that they were going to harvest his organs. I wish I had known before his surgery what I've come to understand now. And what I would like to do is to be able to go back to that hospital and help them make a difference. I believe that we can make a change, each one of us individually, that have suffered through this. And along with the patient safety movement, I think it can happen. But we have to make that first step for our loved ones.